Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, real estate fans, avid listeners alike, and just good people on your way to church this Sunday morning. Thanks so much for tuning in. My name is Erik Hatch. I'll be your host today. I'm with Hatch Realty, and I'd love to share with you the exciting things that are happening in today's real estate market. But before we dive in too terribly deep, I want to speak to those of you out there who maybe listen to the show or you listen to a neighbor and you hear that it's a hot market. It certainly is a hot market. Now is a great time to sell your house, one of the best in the history of our community. But oftentimes people are drawn to the idea of selling for sale by owner. And first of all, I can say that I don't blame you. I get why you want to sell for sale by owner, because it's always about cash. It always comes down to the amount of cash that's going to be in your pocket when this is done. But I can share with you statistic after statistic that will show that actually when you work with a realtor, you will net much more than if you sell on your own. Now, I would never, I think, go to a doctor and say, I think I could save a few bucks by doing surgery on myself. But certainly I'm not a surgeon, certainly I'm not a doctor, but I do have some maneuvers, some tactics, and some ways in which we can milk this transaction for everything it's worth. The second thing is, what is your time worth? Oftentimes people say, what is this going to cost me? And they think just about the price or the commission. But what is it going to cost you in terms of stress and hassle and being put out and having your life infiltrated on over and over again? If you're considering selling for sale by owner, at least give Hatch Realty a chance to interview for the job, see what we can do and how we can make this an absolute reality for you, because I think we can get a ton of cash in your pocket in really a little bit of hassle. So let's talk. 701-369-4839, or find out what your home is worth by going to livefargomoorhead.com. But before we dive in any deeper, let's find out what's happening with real estate news this week. All right, friends, in studio with us, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Tim Rosene of Studs to Rugs. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning. You say that every time. I get ribbed on that one.
Do you seriously?
Yeah, people say the man, the myth, the legend. What's up with that?
I don't know. It just seems fitting. Tim, you and I got acclimated. We became friends and cohorts because of this radio gig. You are an absolute marketing genius because you're on the radio all the time. People hear your jingle. Let us bring the feel of your upstairs, downstairs, Studs to Rugs, right? Did I get it?
You nailed it. You nailed it perfectly, and you're exactly right. You're a branding expert in your own mind.
Well, thank you for that. We can pat each other on the back all we want, but more importantly, what I love about Studs to Rugs is that your marketing and your jingles focuses on finishing basements. But it's that and it's more. Tell us about it.
You know, when we first started the company, it was just strictly about finishing basements. That's where I started. You know, the recession was kind of in full swing, and people needed to get some money back out of their house. And now that we've seen that recession change, we've really kind of changed the way that we do things. We are still the basement experts. Studs to Rugs will always be the basement experts. But we're also breaking into doing a lot more kitchens, bathrooms, things like that. We have our own master electrician on staff now. Mm-hmm. We have our own master plumber on staff. So we're really able to concentrate and do the whole project in-house instead of subbing anything out.
Now, that's one of the things that I think people oftentimes overlook, is they think, well, I'm going to go with whoever is the least expensive. You get it in your business all the time. I get it in my business all the time, where people are, again, saying, what is this going to cost me? But I said at the top of the hour, people who are selling for sale by owner or maybe shopping around for a discount are going to get just that. What would you say to people who say, what is this going to cost me with you, Tim?
Boy, I simply just say, let's sit down and talk. What you're looking for, and Erik, I believe this is true in your business as well, I always say go and interview 2 or 3 contractors. Mm-hmm. Find the one that you like, the one that fits you, and then go with them and talk to them and work through your project with them. If you trust the person that you're with, you're going to have a great experience remodeling. When people have those bad experiences, usually what they've gone after is the lowest dollar, the lowest price point, and then those guys come in, they bid it for that X amount, but then they change order everybody all the way up, and they never give them, that client, their full attention. Mm-hmm. Where we bid it right out, give them the realistic price of what it's going to cost, and that's why we have very happy and satisfied clients. It's the same way what you do. We've had that discussion, and you work so hard for your clients from sun up to sun down that you can have 15 listings and just throw them out there. If you don't do any work on those listings, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah. Again, Tim Rosene with Studs to Rugs in studio with us, and we're talking about cost and how those things can surprise you and bite you. Now, I think one of the things that maybe the tuned-in listener will hear is they keep talking about it, but they keep avoiding it. Are we the most expensive in town?
No, we're not the most expensive, but I hear that all the time.
Yep.
People say, boy, with the money that you spend in advertising, you have to be the most expensive in town. No, we're certainly not the most expensive in town. We're just the most well-known in town.
Which is smart, because at that point your marketing starts to pay for itself, because somebody will hear you and then give you a call, and then as well as word of mouth is really big, because I bet you get more clients from word of mouth than you do from radio.
We really do. We get more clients from word of mouth, and that's why it's a tricky road when you're branding like yourself and I. When we're branding so hard and so much that if we didn't live up to our promises of what we say and what we do, our name would go down and we wouldn't have the clientele that we have today.
Mm-hmm. So if you're building such a big juggernaut of a business here, what's next? You and I had a conversation earlier this week, and we talked about who are we trying to emulate, who are we trying to copy, what do we want to do. You have some big goals here, Mr. Tim Rosene, and which is why I say the man, the myth, the legend. So what is it that you want to do with this business?
Well, the business, eventually, we want to have our own kitchen and bath showroom here in Fargo-Moorhead.
Awesome. Yep.
That way, clients can come in, they can view what we have. We build all of our kitchen cabinets and do all of our staining and millwork all on site.
That's huge. That's a huge benefit.
You bet. So that way, clients can come in, they can experience it, they can see it, and eventually, what we want to do is be able to bring our patented processes into other cities and expand and grow this. And so, yeah, who I emulate and who I like people like Ford, that decided that he wanted to do something different in the car business, and we start talking about the assembly lines and things like that. I emulate or look after people like Alan Mullally, who helped bring Ford Motor Company out of the recession without having any government assistance. So those are the people that I really strive to be like.
Well, Tim, you're doing some incredible things here in the Fargo-Moorhead area, and I love that you have big, audacious goals. No, there's no better community, first of all, to be able to build a small business like you and I have, to be able to get the name recognition and to be able to take great care of folks, all within the realm of a strong economy. We really are lucky to be here.
We are very gracious to be here. The people of Fargo-Moorhead, I think you would agree, when you bring something different and a different way of doing things, they wrap your arms around you. They really do, and they accept you, and they pull you in, and they say, I like this. I like you, and I like the way that you're doing things, so we're going to continue doing it this way.
Great. Tim, if somebody wants to have you finish their basement, if they want to get a bid about a kitchen, a bathroom, heck, you guys are doing a little bit of everything now with your own master plumber and electrician. So if somebody has any need for their house, I'd love for them to give you a chance to interview for the job. And how can they do that?
They can certainly give us a call at 701-730-0091 or check us out on Facebook at Facebook.com/studs2rugs. I don't know the slashes. And also you can just check us out online at studs2rugs.com.
Perfect. Tim Rosene, the man, the myth, the legend. We love having you in studio. We'll have you again. But hey, stick around, folks. After the break, we're going to have a lot more show. But in the meantime, go to livefargomoorhead.com and check out a few of the houses on today's market. This is Real Estate Radio with Erik Hatch. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. As always, I'm your host, Erik Hatch. And guess what? It's spring. Hallelujah. It is finally beautiful outside. Sure, it's windy, but it's finally beautiful. And I have 5 home maintenance tasks that you should really tackle this spring. This comes to us from our good friends at Valley Mortgage. They sent me this list, and I thought it is so stinking nice, it's worth sharing with everyone. So number 1, as spring is here, make sure you clean your gutters. Those are sitting with leaves and dirt and debris, and when these May showers will come, and they will be here very soon, if you don't have the right kind of water getting sent away from the foundation, you're bound to end up calling Tim saying, Tim, my basement's now ruined and I need to get this redone. I want to save you that cash up front, even though I'd love Tim to get the business. I'd much rather have you just not have a stinking wet basement. So please get those gutters cleaned. On the same similar line, number 2 is inspect your roof. Make sure that the shingles, make sure that the flashing are all as they should be. The winters are really cold, and the wind is tough, and of course snow and things melting and freezing over and over again are tough on a roof. They sit there and get totally exposed. So please make sure you check that roof out so you don't have any leaks and you're not having to call someone to come in and fix that. Again, trying to save you money here. Number 3 on tips to do for this spring is fill your sidewalk and driveway cracks. You're always going to want to inspect the pavement or asphalt for cracks and other problems. Small problems will turn into really big problems if you don't tend to them. So make sure that you give some serious attention to that. Number 4 here, prune your damaged trees. There's some great tree services in town, or maybe you're a great do-it-yourself person, but your trees are going to be healthier and they will be a little better shaped and longer lasting the more that you prune them and take care of them. If there's anything dead, any dead branches or any ones that are overgrown, possibly scraping on your roof or on your car for chance, depends on how low it hangs, but please make sure that you get those trimmed. And the final tip here on what to do here for this spring to take care of your property is to service your air conditioner. That's a really big one. Make sure that the AC gets taken care of because it's been covered in soot and dirt, and it's been snowed on, and it's been rained on, and service it. It's just a few bucks, and all of a sudden you're going to lower your energy bill and have a longer lasting air conditioner. Now, I have a ton more tips for this spring, but I don't want to give away the farm here. Rather, I chat with you instead. 369-4839 or go to livefargomoorhead.com. It's time now for the Erik Hatch Team's Picks of the Week here on Real Estate Radio. There's some deals out there that you as the buyer, the consumer, the soon-to-be new homeowner don't want to miss out on, and I want to throw these at you right now. Number 1, we are in North Fargo, 1113 10th Avenue North. We're talking a beautiful house in a great neighborhood for $142,000. Now, where can you find a house for $142,000 nowadays? Well, here we have it at 1113 10th Avenue North. This is a beautiful home, just over 1,000 square feet. We're talking, it's nice because it has 2 bedrooms, but they're nice in size. That's a great plus. And of course, 1 bathroom. So it's not a ton of house, meaning space everywhere, but the space is really wisely done. And for this price, it's going to be cheaper than renting. If you're spending $900 or $1,000 a month on rent, why not own and have your house appreciate and pay down your mortgage? And my gosh, why wouldn't you at this point? Let's bump our price point up. We're going to $270,000 at 3714 12th Street South in Fargo. This is a sharp neighborhood. Don't miss this one. We're talking 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2 garage stalls, and let's look at those special assessments because they're at $565. It's hard to find special assessments that low for this much house. 2,200 square feet and then some, a beautiful yard, a great house in an established neighborhood. Imagine hanging out in this living room with ample space downstairs on the up and everywhere else. You're going to have a chance to be close with your family or far, far away. Depends on how the day is going with your family. And this last place I don't want you to miss out on. It's located just off of Island Park downtown, 385 7th Avenue South. It's a condo, unit 202, for $395,000. If ever were a chance to ooh and ah over a place, is this property. 2,000 square feet of sprawling, beautiful, bright, and well-finished house. This condo is not like many others you're going to see in town. It's located in the central part of Fargo. You're going to be close to every amenity you're going to need. And yet this condo, holy cow, if I could pick up today and move, I would certainly consider this place. So if you're looking to downsize or upsize, or you just want to live in some luxury, consider this condo, because all these properties can be seen at livefargomoorhead.com. So please check those out, see these great deals in person, and don't sleep on it, or you can't sleep in it. Or otherwise, give us a call at 701-369-4839. All right, friends, we are almost out of time. I want to close, as always, with a couple of final thoughts. The first is this, is if you are somebody who is doing some good in this community, if you are a firefighter, a police officer, a veteran, if you work in the medical profession, or if you work in education, we want to offer you a $495 discount with our Hatches Heroes program. Whether you're buying or selling, we're going to offer you that discount so that you can have a little bit of extra cash in your pocket, and it's our way as a team of saying thanks. The Erik Hatch team is invested in this community as best as we can. We love giving back, and so please consider this as an option. Now, number 2 is there are some exciting events coming up. We had Otis, my little godson, on the air a couple of weeks ago. He talked about a Kids in Capitalism event, a really great thing. The expo is coming up in May. We're going to talk more about that, so please get that on your calendar. There's really great things going on right now with the Big Brother Big Sister program, with Legacy Children's Foundation, with the United Way. These are things that I absolutely love and care about and are near and dear to my heart. And so some places I love to give back to. And for those of you who are listening, I want you to know that you have the opportunity to give back. Whether you can give back of your time or your money or your treasures, whatever it may be, whatever talents you may have, I want to encourage you to find a way to invest and give back. For me, it fuels me every day to give, to invest, and to make a difference. And so, however we can do so, we want to do that. We want Hatch Realty to be not just a real estate company, but a company that really makes a difference. So please, if you want to learn more about what we do and how we do it, I'd love a chance to interview to earn your business. 701-369-4839 or head to livefargomoorhead.com. And that's it. Thanks everyone so very much for tuning into Real Estate Radio this morning. I've been your host, Erik Hatch, on the Mighty 790 KFGO.